how was it Porto Alegre?
Porto Alegre was great. We haven't played in Brazil in 11 years, I guess, since '99. So coming back to Porto Alegre a couple of days ago and just feeling that Brazilian energy and feeling the Brazilian, passion and emotion, and they're so loud and they're so, the fans are so comfortable showing their appreciation and showing their emotions, and it was great. It was a little bit of a rainy kind of, and there was a lot of mud around, but there was a great atmosphere, and it was a very, it was just, the air was thick with passion and loud music. It was good fun.
That Magnetic sounds a lot like the classic albums. Now you work with the producer Rick Rubin. How did that work out? Did the Rick Rubin made that change?
No, I think obviously we were ready to make the change. I've known Rick Rubin for just about 20 years, and it was time to make a record with him. I've always wanted to make a record with him, and it was just, it was time to reinvent the wheel. We made some great records with Bob Rock and had some great times, and I love the man dearly. He's a member of our family, but it was time to just try something different.
It comes alive, it comes alive, it comes alive. I die a little more. It comes alive, it comes alive, it comes alive. Each moment here.
And this is the first album with Robert Trujillo. How do you feel the change? You like it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy to have around. He's fast, he's effortless, and he's just a happy guy. I don't know, his happiness and his smiles and his constant
Change the energy of the band?
yeah, well, it changes the rest of the dynamics within the band, because when you're around Robert, it's very difficult to have a bad time.
Kirk solos are also back. I was thinking, did you feel that guitar solos were out of fashion at some point? That's why did it quit that?
You do the best you can in the moment, and we've always done that. When we made the St. Anger record, 7-8 years ago, for some reason at that time it seemed like the right thing. But it's great to have Kirk soloing again, and I can't imagine making another Metallica record without guitar solo.
How do you decide the set list? I was wondering, are there days that you just want to do the heavy songs or something?
When I make the set list in a couple hours, I'll sit down and look at what we played when we were in São Paulo in 1999. So I'll try to make a different set list, obviously, than what we did 10, 11 years ago. I'll make a different set list than in Porto Alegre. I don't think we've played the same set list twice now in 8 years. And so every night is different, and we pride ourselves in that.
What do you feel that there are changes in the metal scene since the beginning of Metallica to now?
Change in the metal scene, man.
That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's maybe easier for you guys to answer than for me. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of diversity. I think maybe there's just more options in terms of inspirations, in terms of influences. Obviously, black music with hip hop, with some R&B music has influenced some metal stuff. There's the techno music, which has influenced some elements of metal.
In 2000, Metallica filed a lawsuit against Napster. And I was wondering, right now, nowadays, how do you feel about the music industry and the legal downloads of music?
There are a lot of people in the music industry that are very, very passionate about music. I think that sometimes the people at the record companies, they get a bad rap. Not everybody at record companies are business people. There's also a lot of people just like yourselves and the rest of the people at MTV and so on. There's a lot of people that are really passionate about music. Obviously, the record companies made some big mistakes, and I think that they were way too ignorant and way too aloof to, you know, what the real change was going on, that what people wanted. Gonna save the music industry. Nobody else in Metallica is. It was never our mission to do that. It was, you know, we were caught in a strange situation where the song of ours ended up on the internet before we had finished recording it. I think the main thing that you can do as a musician, if asked, is to make people understand the consequences of the actions of downloading illegal music.
When you stand up and feel that war, but the sunshine never goes.
Well, we were wondering if you're already writing new songs for the next album or if you're just too busy touring.
Well, we don't really write when we're on the road, but we do record. We have a tuning room and we record the jams that we do out here. So there are some interesting things happening, but we don't really write the songs until we get back to Northern California. But some of the ideas that we've jammed on, some of the fun we've had in the tuning room and so on, there are some very cool things coming.
And what can the fans expect from this next album?
It's a little early, but I'll let you know first. Okay, I'll let you know first.
Waiting